Have you ever noticed it? That low, constant hum in the background of, well, everything? It's not really a sound, it's more like a pressure, the relentless chatter of opinions. It's so constant, it's basically become the wallpaper of our lives. So let's talk about why. We really do live in a strange time. It's a time that feels like it's defined less by what we actually know and more by what we're supposed to say about things. And that hum of chatter, it's just gotten impossible to ignore. And this is the main symptom, right? Everyone has an opinion. It's almost like there's this unwritten rule now, you must have an opinion. And not just any opinion, it has to be immediate. Having a take has become a shortcut for looking smart. Hesitating? Well, that's like being invisible. An opinion on politics? Oh, of course. On the latest gadget? You bet. On the entire direction of society? Absolutely. And here's the kicker. An opinion on things people barely, and I mean barely, understand. And it's right there, in that last bullet point, that the whole thing starts to feel a little off. And this is the great paradox, isn't it? As the sheer volume of opinions has just exploded, the actual depth of understanding seems to have shrunk. It's like the noise of talking has completely drowned out the quiet, hard work of actually knowing something. So this brings us to what you could call the age of opinion. It's an era where, honestly, confidence seems to matter more than comprehension. The performance of knowing something is way more valuable than the quiet, difficult process of actually learning it. And the difference between the two is just stark. Look at this. Opinion gets all the rewards because it's fast, it's confident, it's loud, it feels like intelligence. But real understanding, it's the total opposite. It's slow, it's patient, it's quiet. It takes real time, it's a process, not just a soundbite. And this is the game we're all playing, the system we're in. It doesn't reward someone saying, I don't know yet, I need to think about that. No way. It rewards the fastest, most confident, loudest answer, even if it's built on nothing. So what do we learn to do? We learn to speak first, and maybe, just maybe, think about it later.
This constant pressure to have a take has worn away something really important, what you might call the art of silence. And as we've lost that, our whole idea of what silence even means has been turned completely upside down.
There used to be a different way to arrive at a conclusion. It was a lot more methodical. First, you just listened. Then you observed, quietly, without feeling this twitchy need to jump in. And then, crucially, you actually studied the thing before you ever opened your mouth to speak. And in that old model, silence was never, ever a sign of weakness. It wasn't an empty space. It didn't mean you had nothing to say or that you couldn't keep up. It meant something totally different. It meant you were working. Silence was an active state. It was the space you needed for an observation to turn into a real insight. It was where you sorted through the noise to find the signal. Silence was preparation. But now, that whole idea has been flipped. In this non-stop world of noise, the quiet person in the room isn't seen as thoughtful anymore. They're seen as uninformed. Silence is now, somehow, mistaken for ignorant. And this case of mistaken identity, thinking silence is ignorance, and that an opinion is the same as understanding, it creates this really dangerous illusion about what it means to be knowledgeable. Let's dig into what happens when we live inside that illusion. So here's the cognitive trap we all fall into. We scroll past the same headline or meme a dozen times, and that feeling of familiarity starts to feel an awful lot like actual knowledge. A talking point gets repeated on every channel, and that sheer repetition starts to sound like the truth. We're mistaking mere exposure for actual expertise. Because real understanding, man, it's hard work. It's slow. And frankly, it's pretty uncomfortable because it forces you to bump up against the edges of what you know. It forces you to actually question your own long-held beliefs. So is it any wonder we'd rather grab onto the easy certainty of a quick opinion? And this leads to that feeling, that really common modern feeling. You ever ask yourself this? Why do so many conversations just feel empty? Why do big debates on TV or online just go in circles and never ever get anywhere? Well, the answer is brutally simple. It's because everyone is talking and almost no one is listening. It's just a series of monologues colliding in midair. When everyone is just broadcasting, there's no room left to receive a signal. But here's the thing. This is a choice we're making, not some fate we're stuck with. There is another way, a quieter, more intentional way to think and engage with the world. This right here is one of the most liberating ideas I can think of. You can just opt out. You can actually give yourself permission to not have a take on every single thing that flies across your screen. It's not a moral requirement.
So silence, then, isn't ignorance. It can be the most intelligent response you can have. It's a sign of intellectual humility. It's the wisdom of knowing just how vast the ocean of what you don't know really is.
So the practice is pretty simple, but it's definitely not easy. First, try to think slowly. Let ideas actually sit for a while. Second, listen carefully and listen to understand, not just to cook up your reply. And finally, try to speak only when you feel you have something that's actually worth adding to the silence.
Because in the end, it's a good reminder that the things that truly matter rarely scream for our attention. Real, deep understanding isn't loud, it's quiet. It's the result of giving something your time and your full attention.
And so that leaves us with this final question, one to kind of carry around with you. In a world that is just completely saturated with noise, what is truly worth adding to it? What is truly worth saying?